You guessed it, it's time for another shed night. My little pit bike is what we're doing this evening. It's where I need to be. Went riding with kids on the weekend, and my muffler has been a problem for a while. I'll swing around and show you that in a second. It's bad. It's the original, so that's good. It's done well. It's 20 years old, but let's have a look. I just took the seat off, which is like the whole plastic kit as well. Makes it rather naked. This is what we're working with. This little fella here is no longer connected in here, and it's loose down there. Yeah, I rode for an hour and a half like that on the weekend before I went, you know what, we're probably going to have to fix this much better than what I've done. I did this at the MX farm like a year ago. Load of zip ties and some clamps and a few bits and pieces to hold it in place. So I'm going to cut this all off. I have a new muffler in a box here. I don't know if it's going to work, but that's what we're here to find out. Let me cut these zip ties. First things first, I need to get rid of all these zip ties I added, and I really went to town. We were out riding and it fell off. I found it on the track, and I went back and grabbed the little fella. Oh God, they're hardcore zip ties. Went back and found him and zip tied him together, and we just kept riding. And you know, when you fix something and it's kind of temporary, but then it doesn't have any more issues and it just works, so therefore it's no longer temporary, it's a permanent solution. That's what this was. So yeah, I'm going to need 10 mil to undo that, get this pipe off, and then we're going to open up this box and see what lives inside there. Because this is just, oh yep, tube's broken inside. Oh, okay. Okay, it's time to renew. I've got that off. I should probably get some spanners and take this off. And just see if this muffler's even going to be in the ballpark. It's a considerably bigger unit than this little fellow. Or do I rebuild this little fellow that did such a good job for so long? It's a little busted inside. So yeah, I'm not really sure. Most of the packing is still in it, which is quite amazing. But yeah, it's seen better days. It really has. I could rebuild it. It's not out of the question. Even if I had to reuse the end caps, make a new stainless steel body, and make a new hanger, that could work too. Contemplate that in a second. I might open this box up and see what we got in there. Let's do that real quick. I bought this. I've already done one on the DRZ. I bought another one of these cheap ones for China. It's pretty big. I actually wanted to make it a little bit quieter because this thing is just ridiculously loud. This has baffle plates in it. This will be very quiet. But it has a silencer I can remove out of the end of it, so if it's too quiet I can remove the silencer. You can do that too. It's obviously quite a deal longer than the other one, but only, shit, it's not that much longer, eh? It's a bit fancy. It's not really the right look for the bike, but it might work. Alright, I'm not against the idea. I'm still going to move forward with it. Let's play with this a little bit. I'm going to take the bash plate off, which is very inconvenient. It has not been off in a lot of years. I'll take the bash plate off and get this pipe here off and see what I can do. No, maybe, no. Let's undo this end. There's a clamp and a clamp that I added just because it was something. Let's get that off and see how this sits up. Maybe put the seat back on, see if this is viable or not. Back on for a second, it doesn't take much. So two little hooks that have to go into. Clicks in there. Yep, that gets that. Is this going to be any good at all? Let's see. It's over the tube. We can cut the tube back a bit. Well, it's not terrible. It sticks out a ways. It's kind of bulky, but I'm going to call it viable. Can't get any more further forward than that, can I? Yeah, doesn't look too silly. Okay. It's viable. We'll give it that. I'm going to mark that. Oh, I've got a pen. You mark that right there. Scratch it with these. So we'll have to expand this tube to suit the inlet of this, which is fine. It's viable. I think this one here is a little bit. Internally, it's a little bit too far gone. This bloody perforated material in here doesn't look real good. I'd have to replace that. Incredibly small. I could cut a hot dog up to get the tube out of it if I needed to, because I have them here. If I cut this tube, I can't go backwards. So many decisions to make. Can I just push that back on there? Okay, so that would just go back together and I could make a new clamp. We can just live with the fact that packing isn't great, so that insert's far enough to worry about that tube. Oh, that's a moment of contemplation right there. Does that go on there and stay on there? Kinda. I can increase its clamping ability. Make a new clamp versus put the new one on. Let me contemplate that for a second, and I guess when we come back from this, we'll know what decision I made. After much contemplation, I've come to the conclusion that I am screwed. Where I'm at is, this is going to be too long. We'll go on there. I need to mount it about there. It runs into the plastics here, and my mounting point is now halfway through the muffler, which would be fine if it was stainless steel. I'd make up a nice bracket or something like that, but it's not. It's carbon fibre, so that ain't going to work for me essentially, unless I can come up with some way of pop riveting to it. I thought about that. I actually don't have anything to do that either, so I don't know. I'm dead in the water. I have to sit about there-ish, so I'm not really sure what to do about that. So that problem is still existing. I thought I could rebody this because it's aluminium and make a nice, more solid hanger as opposed to the one that broke. Then the water on that too, because this is smaller than 3.5 inch and considerably bigger than 3 inch. So short of just pop riveting it back together and making a new clamp for it, that's kind of dead in the water too at this point in time. So I'm going to go back to eBay and see what other mufflers. Yep, that's out of it. See what other mufflers I can find for this job, because this just isn't working for me. For what it's worth, I can just jump on eBay and just buy a whole new exhaust, but that just seemed like less fun. It may still happen. This could be a really crappy short video that never airs, or airs when I just go, fuck it, whatever's. But yeah, this is this is the predicament. So this idea is not going to work, essentially. I'm going to have to come up with something else. So stay tuned. I'm going back to eBay's right now to do some purchasing. Well, this video has taken a dramatic turn. That's why I'm turning right now. It felt cinematic. I don't know. I make it up as I go. Anyway, the bike is still behind me. And you may think it's the same night, but it's like 3 weeks later or something like that. It's how it rolls around here. I finished the bike. It's done. So I'll show you that real quick, but we're going to do something else because the bike was boring. And it was something I was doing at the time, so I thought I'd film it. But the bike's boring. The new thing over here is way more exciting. So let me show you what we're doing. Look, the bike went well. I ended up using this muffler. And I put an Akrapovic sticker on it. So that's kind of cool. Did a bit of a cut and shut and made it work, essentially. So that's now done, and it's functional. It's got pop rivets and a mad bracket on the back of it and stuff. Should do the trick quite nicely. Anyway, let's go to the new project. Yep, that is my lawnmower. I've had this lawnmower for quite some time. It cuts grass. Shocking, I know. But my muffler is shot. It is loud and it is rattly and it doesn't really work anymore. So we're going to put a new muffler on it. But just wait, stay with me. The video is not about just replacing the muffler on the mower. This is what we're putting on it because we're an exhaust shop, right? And I happen to have this little cannon floating around. It is a HKS. So we're going to go drift spec and stick a muffler out the side of the lawnmower. It's ridiculous, I know, but it was also the reason why I'm doing it is because it's ridiculous. So that is the idea right there. Yeah, see? Just random things happen around here. Anyway, I'm going to find a pry bar and see if I can get this off because it will no longer unscrew because it's no longer connected. So, let me go do that. I have a pry bar. I've tried to turn it and it won't come off. So I'm hoping that it does that. Okay, well that's that piece. This may be the end of the video because I thought it had a threaded section. But I need a minute. Right back after this break. See if vice grips are going to work their magic for us. Come on, little fella. I can see a valve. Oh, it's loose. Oh. Oh, worse than that. It's kind of loose, but not turning. This thread might be had it. Pretty sure he's thread in. It's undoing. Doesn't like it though. And this is bad. Bad things are happening. Ooh. I can confirm it's a thread, so that is kind of good. But it's really tight and flogged out, and I think the thread in the aluminium may not be good. This may be where I have to pause again and go get parts again during the week. It's now Thursday night. We don't have any more parts. It is coming out. Oh, it's still tight. Mint! Doesn't look pretty. But I got the threaded piece out. It doesn't need to look pretty because it's just a crappy old lawnmower. The threads are pretty hacked up. Well, there's 2 bolt holes. We could flange this. Ooh, that's interesting. Anyway, I'll bring you in. That's what we got. We got some thread here. I got 2 bolt holes, which is interesting. And this little guy here. And he was threaded in there. I've pulled apart one of these Briggs & Strattons before, so I kind of know how this works. But that thread is average. We may have to come up with something. I'm going to go look at my inventory of random things. Oh no, that screws in there nicely now. I don't know. I'm going to look at my inventory of random things and see if I got something that will do this job mildly better. Maybe use those bolt holes. I don't know yet. Go find out. This is what I got. This is a exhaust bend. Little itty bitty 1.25 I believe he is. Or 1.5 inches. I don't have to measure it. The difference between 1.5 and 1.25 is not much. And it is the correct size for the end of there. So I can weld this fellow to here. It's going to have to be a short piece. Then we can make the exhaust from there. So let's just do that. I don't think it needs to be too technical. Let's just keep it simple. What I've done here is just welded my little bit of pipe to this little threaded dealie. I just put some silicone on it. I know it doesn't really need the silicone to seal it. It'll just screw into the aluminium and it should be fine. But the thread's a bit jacked and I'm a bit worried about the vibrations as well. So, a little bit of silicone is going to help it seal and hold it there better, I think. Can't hurt, is what I'm kind of getting at. Does not want to screw back in there, eh? Does not want to screw back in there. It's screwing back in there! We're on to a winner. It does get a bit tight though, doesn't it? It's alright, we'll run it home. And this gives us a starting point. I'll make a slip joint to go on here. That way, this stays in there and we've got something to work from. So we're going to have to come out and somehow make it all up. Probably do it up as tight as it'll go. Because you don't want to come under. Or pulling that thread out. I know you can probably see my back. I'm very sorry about that. I just didn't really think about where I was going to be for this next camera angle. And considering I'm not very professional, I suppose no one's really surprised. Get in there! Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'll show you that. Where are we? Zoom is back to the right spot. Boom, back in, here we go. So, that's what we're working with. I just TIG welded that little threaded piece to this little piece of tube. Oh, where are we? Now we've got to join a hole in the side of it. We've got to get up to that size hole eventually though. That's going to be really interesting. But I have ways and means of doing such things. So, I don't know. I'll make a slip join for here. And that'll give us a piece that we can start working with. I'm going to have to mount it, probably weld it to this bit of frame. This is also steel. So we can weld to the steel here as well. So we'll make a bracket that holds the cannon. That's what I'm saying. Okay, let's go play with that idea for a minute. So hear me out. Like we could put a bend on it and have it come up like that, which is kind of what it will do. But what if it had a loop in it first? I've got this donut which is the right size. If I cut it and turn it slightly, it'll give me a big loop for no good reason. And this is all for no good reason, so I kind of feel like that's really fitting. So I come out of there into this. Oh, I'm doing it. Alright, let's go cut this sucker in half. I've welded up the loop-de-loop for no good reason. It goes on there, so it'll have that cool curl to it. But I'm trying to work out whether I like the cannon that way, which I don't hate, whether I want it there. I'm leaning towards over here. Why is it upside down? Oh no, it's got writing on both sides, we're okay. I think I'm leaning towards that. I think. In which case it's nearly a straight shot. I think I'm going to go with that. So I'll lock this down, and then we'll work on this, so to mount this back to the frame somehow as well. Let's go with that, I reckon. Put a pen line right here. Or, go with that. Same thing. If we stand it up more like that, we can go like that. Go like that. Oh, I don't know now. That way? Or that way? That's kind of cool. It blows on your legs a bit though. That's going to move too far out. I had to ponder that. What did I have before there? No, I think that looks more silly from the front, so we're going to go with that. Silly is kind of what we're going for. I'm going to rock with that. I was going to have it upright and make it loop that way though. What if I turn this over this way? No, it doesn't really help me. That doesn't help me at all. Stick with that way. Stick with that. It looks more funky out there though, doesn't it? Struggling to make a decision here. Problem I have with this is it kind of shoots back on your legs and it's going to get fumed out. These come. Did we go back out that way then? That way I don't get fumed out. No, it needs to come out the side here. What if it went forward? We had another bend off of there. No, that doesn't look good either. I'm going to mess around with a few ideas. Stay with me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making up as I go. That's pretty normal, really. No one should be surprised. I think I've got the combo. We're going to come out this side, so I don't need to be suffocating. I found a 2-inch bend. It's already been cut. It'll do. I can expand that to go into it. I'm going to go like that. Just need to extend this bend a little bit, and we'll be there, and then I'm going to mount it. So that is the plan. Yep, that is the plan. It's escalated way further than I thought. I was just going to stick it out the side, and there's a loop, and we're coming out the other side, and anyway, I really shouldn't be surprised. I need to find a piece of this pipe to extend this with, so that it comes out there. This is what I've got. Comes out of the engine, does the loopy loop, comes around, and BAM! HKS Canon goodness. I just got to do this weld. I just went ahead and welded these couple of bits together. So let's go that. Let's get that. It's getting late, right? Let's weld that bit up. Come on, air compressor. Alright, we've got it all sitting in here. I made up a little bracket to support it so it's not just hanging. Just got to literally weld this on and we're there. That's probably a little bit too much weld. It's a lot too much, but anyway, it's going to work. Well, I didn't contemplate the fact there'd be grass inside the cutting deck and I've just started a fire under there. Anyway, that is what it is right now. Oh, it stinks. Woo. Let's just take a moment to really take it all in. Like, that is a big bad cannon on a lawnmower. Put the little loopy loop in there. Super happy with that. That is absolutely ridiculous. But there it is. It is a lawnmower with a stupid exhaust because I felt the need. I've got things to do. That car needs my attention. Anyway, here we are, modifying a lawnmower. This all came about purely because today we were playing, we're moving some stuff over there actually. And we played with the lawnmower, we moved it, and then we found that cannon that we had laying around from a leftover job. And went, how silly would this be? I'm like, that would be. And then tonight, in the doorway here, there was meant to be a big old truck. It was meant to be doing a big 5-inch exhaust. He never turned up. Something came up, couldn't get here. And the idea of the exhaust for the lawnmower was still in my head, so so here I am. Let's pull it off the bench. We need to hear it run. And then we're going to mow some grass. Not right now. We'll do that tomorrow. But it'll all be in the same video. So, you know, let's go. Let's fire it up. We should probably address the cutting deck where I ground it. This is a professional job, you know. Like, there you go. Boom. Bit of silver paint. Stainless steel upright piece, so that's not going to rust. Mensch, now let's fire it up. Now we're cold starting this bad boy. The throttle's a little bit dicky. You've got to know how to use it. Pull back on the cable, fly that forward. It takes usually one pump. And this is why I'm an idiot. Well, that is a cheap Chinese HKS Canon on a little Briggs & Stratton lawnmower. Because why wouldn't ya? Now as soon as it's daylight, we'll go mow some darn grass. See if she's any good, maybe picked up a few horsepowers and longer stuff. Well, that will have to do it for this episode. That is my silly modified lawnmower. And the motorbike's over there somewhere in the corner. Where is it? Nah, can't even see it from here. Oh, there it is. Anyway, motorbike's over there. That's there. We're going riding this weekend, actually. So that's it. I don't know. Why not, eh? Big crazy exhaust on your lawnmower. It actually doesn't even sound that bad. It definitely sounds better than it did with a broken muffler. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, I'm out. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next Shed Night episode, which will be coming to you pretty darn soon on probably the Gasser, hopefully. I don't know. Stay tuned. You'll see. Thanks. Catch ya.